Welcome back, guys. Full Stack Ninja here. In the last video, we created a custom user. Now we're going to create a custom user manager. So to do that, we're going to, of course, inherit from base user manager and create two additional functions here. One is the create user, the other is the create super user. So let's just get to doing it. Create user. So this function is going to take certain attributes like the email, the first name, last name, password. Don't forget to add the docstring. Function for creating a user. When someone visits your site and wants to sign up, this is the function that will be triggered. So first thing we need to do is we need to specify that if a user is trying to be created with blank attributes, that should not be allowed. So to do that, we're going to use a set of if statements. So if not email, what this means that if the email field is empty, do something. So what we want it to do is raise a value error, okay, and tell users must have an email. If not first name, raise value error. Users must have a first name. If not last name, raise value error. Users must have a last name. Same for password, right? So it's fine. I can leave it at that. But you get the idea. So if you have more fields other than first name, last name, email, maybe you have a field for age, you have a field for your type of ID number or something like that, then you want to make sure that you've checked that those fields, exist. Next, we're going to now create a user. So you say user equals to self.model, and we say email equals to, so this self.model refers to this model, right? You say the email equals to normalize email. Self.normalize email, we specify the email attributes here. So I know there's a lot going on here. Let me explain what this is. When people supply email addresses to a web app, you don't know if they're going to, you don't know what they're going to supply, right? So are they going to supply superman@gmail.com or superman@gmail.com? We don't know, right? So that's what this normalize email does. It normalizes the email such that irrespective of how the domain aspect is supplied, it would all be in lowercase for consistency reasons, so that the model doesn't think that, uppercase G and small case G are different, Just a sensible thing in Django. Next we say first name equals to first name, last name equals to last name. So we specified the user. Next, we want to add a password. So for these attributes, we could have just done first name equals first name. But for the password field, we can't do that because in the database, what is stored for the password is not plain text, it's a hashed form of the actual password. So to do that, we need to use a function, user.set password. And what it does is it takes the raw password, that's the plain text, whatever it is, and hashes it before saving it to the database. The reason why this is done is in case someone breaks into your database, like a hacker or something, hacks into your database, even though they see the email address, the first name, last name of the users, they are not going to be able to see the plain text password. The reason for this is some users use the same password on multiple accounts. So if there's a breach in one database, you don't want to just see what the plain text password is, because what if that user is using the same password on multiple accounts, and then that's going to be a big problem. So it's a standard operation to hash passwords that are saved in a database. And Django comes with that functionality out of the box. So at this point, we've specified first name, last name, the password, and the email address. It's time to just save. So we'll say user.save using self._db. Now we are done and we can return the user. So we've created a user here. Next, we need to create a super user. So we can come here, say def create _super user. It's going to take the same attributes, first name, last name, email, first name, last name, password, then add string, creates a super user. Good. So we'll say user. So to create a super user, we're going to use this function over here and then change some attributes. Let me show you what that is. So say self.create user, and of course we specify email equals to email. So of course, we could have easily rewritten all this on here, but that's bad practice. You want to, the idea of having a function is such that you can use that function in multiple places. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to leverage the fact that we have this create user function, and we're going to reuse it here. But we're then going to go ahead and set some other attributes. So if you remember, the attributes over here is active, everything. So let's say user.is admin We set it to true. User dot is staff. What am I misspelling today? Set it to true. User dot is super user. Set it to true. And then we save. So we say user dot. So just like we did over here. Yeah, so I'll just copy it. So return user. And everything looks good. At this point, we are done with creating the user infrastructure for our application. If we chose to just use the default user field, we would not have had to do any of this. But I think it's a good learning exercise to understand how this is done. I want to see how I can wrap this up real quick, but I think this is already a long video. So yeah, let's just end it here and we'll continue this in the next video. Thank you.